Hi, my name is Laura Johnson, and this is my video presentation for the Brain Longevity Therapy Training course. So I wanted to start off with a little bit about my background and what led me to this course. So I have a exercise physiology background. Both my bachelor's and master's degree were in the field of exercise physiology. So I I find exercise to be very important for individuals. Um, and with that, I was a certified personal trainer for a number of years. I also got into more of the clinical side with the exercise training. And then back in 2021, I decided to pursue my yoga RYT just because I found personally how much yoga was able to impact my life. So I knew I wanted to include that in the work that I did with my residents. So currently, I am the activities director at an independent living facility in Huntersville, North Carolina. I absolutely love my job because I feel like I'm able to impact residents in a very positive way. And I'm able to reach into their lives in a way that a lot of people aren't. Um, it's also really cool that I get to build relationships with not only them, but also their families. Um, and then the last little piece, so personally, my grandma suffered from Alzheimer's disease. She unfortunately passed away earlier this year, but I just saw everything that she went through and tied with both my experience with my grandma and then my background with clinical exercise physiology, my yoga background. I saw this course and I knew that I wanted to do it and learn more. So while I was doing this course, I think one thing that kept popping into my head was I would love to share this information with my residents. So when I decided to plan for this presentation, that's what I wanted to run through is how I would pull the information I learned from the course into my activities calendar for my residents. Um, so my facility that I'm at is very unique. We just opened in April, so I've been here from the beginning and have been able to build it essentially from the ground up. Um, our whole intent is we want our facility to be one of a kind. Um, so because of that, I have been given a lot of freedom in what I can do with activities. Um, we have a beautiful facility. The clubhouse is 60,000 square feet. So I have so much space to do so many activities. So I feel like I'm lucky in that regards that I have a lot of good resources to be able to share this information with my resident. So a few things that stuck out with me in the course, things that I would want to pull into what I'm already doing or new things I wanted to add. One thing specifically is the brain longevity diet. So in our clubhouse, we have 3 restaurants, and they function as restaurants. They have full menus. So one thing that I want to do, because I have a very good relationship with the food and beverage team, is I would love to share some information that I've learned to try and see how we can incorporate some of the brain longevity diet into our menus. Because as was mentioned in the course, a lot of our food is the SAD diet, the SAD American diet. So I feel like they would be open to making some little changes to have our menus more in lines with that diet. As well as we will be starting a gardening program in the spring. Along with that, we have a full-size demonstration kitchen that I'm able to use for activities. So what I foresee is being able to grow some of our own foods that follow that brain longevity diet and then bringing it into programming with our demonstration kitchen. So not only growing the foods, but teaching the residents, here's what you do with these food items, here's how you prepare them, how you cook them, etc. So that's one part of it. And then I think one of the easiest things that I can incorporate now is just that aspect of curtain kriya. So right now I have 2 yoga classes that I teach the residents every week. One is a chair class, and then one class combines both aspects in the chair, and we do standing postures. But the yoga classes have been so popular, even though we still have a lot of room to grow with adding more residents. We are already adding a 3rd class to that yoga schedule. And I will say my residents are very open to yoga meditation, yoga in general, which was a kind of hesitation at first because I am in North Carolina. We are in Baptist country. So, a lot of individuals growing up in that background, they were kind of turned away from yoga. But my pleasant surprise is in my classes. I've incorporated a little bit of the yamas, the niyamas, meditation, and all the residents so far have been very open to it. I haven't mentioned curtain kriya to them yet, but that's my next step. Is I want to help the residents experience that at the end of a regular yoga class. So then they kind of have the option if they want to stay and experience it or leave, just to kind of teach it in the beginning. I also foresee adding a separate curtain kriya class. So maybe, a couple times a week we can have it on our activities calendar. Hey, come and do this meditation with us. And I would explain how it's healthy for the brain, what different research has shown and all that. So that's kind of the yoga, the curtain kriya aspect that I want to keep doing here, and new things I want to add. And then the last thing is the section that focused a lot on caring for the care partner. As I mentioned before, I do have relationships with a lot of the resident family members, as well as residents are moving in as couples. A lot of them are caregivers themselves. So I foresee, starting a caregiver support group. And one of the things in that support group is I would love to introduce them to some of this information I've learned in this course, including the curtain kriya. And then, as mentioned throughout the course, one of the most important things that I do in my job here as the activities director is to provide those socialization aspects for residents. So I just want to keep, enforcing how important the socialization is, and keep that going. So yeah, in a very quick nutshell, that is what I foresee bringing things to my residents here. So I'm very excited about the possibility of just growing my activities program and incorporating some of the brain longevity therapy techniques into my programming.